Hello and welcome to the Frozen Biscuit. I am your host, Zach James. I'm here with my co-host, Noah Seuss, and this is Summer Updates 1, which is a bunch of things that probably wouldn't make full-length videos, so we just squeezed them into one.
So let's get started with the biggest move that has happened since this season ended. The trade that happened during the Stanley Cup final. We have a 3-team trade between the Kings, the Blue Jackets, and the Flyers. A lot of details. The main piece was Ivan Provorov going to Columbus. That was pretty much the main piece. But as you see here, the Kings are going to retain 30% of Provorov's salary, which sends Cal Peterson and Sean Walker out the door.
So, okay, full details as you can see. Kings get Hayden Hogsden, Kevin Continuation.
I think I saw Kevin at Subway the other day working.
Yeah, 30% of Provorov's salary. Blue Jackets get Provorov. Flyers get Kyle Peterson, Sean Walker, Held Grant. The Columbus Blue Jackets first round pick from LA, which they traded in the Gavrikov and Korpisalo trade. Then a Columbus Blue Jackets 24 or 25 second, and LA's 24.
How do you trade a pick? Columbus 2023 first round pick from LA. What? So first off, that pick went to Columbus. It came from LA first off, and then it went to Philly. And the two teams were involved in another trade. It's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Okay, so in all, this is just
a big mess.
This trade makes sense for all three teams, kind of.
Not the Flyers. Not the Flyers.
Picks. But Columbus to get a decently good defensive, like two-way skater.
Yep, and you also get Ivan Provorov.
That's what I'm saying. That I said Columbus. Yes.
Oh, not listening.
For the Flyers, it's just kind of like a cap dump, but you do get picks, which is nice, and you can probably sell off other pieces. And the Kings, this is comes in key for the next move, which happened. But
Hodgson's gonna be MVP in 5 years.
Absolutely.
Who the
hell? I was telling Seuss earlier, like right before we were about to stream. So, as season ticket holders and stuff like that, you get like fan events. So we should split our tickets. And my dad's friend who went to the season ticket thing because my dad couldn't go, he was able to talk with Luke Robitaille, the Kings GM, Rob Lake, and they were able to talk for like 10-15 minutes. And through that, we were like about he brought up like the future and everything. And as either Luke or Rob responded, going through it, we think we're gonna bring up Brant, and I don't think Sean Walker will be in that future. So that's probably why they traded him. They're probably trying to make Brant step up. And I think down the line, when they're trying to battle for a cup in the next probably 2 years, they don't see Walker being a part of that team. So that's why they dished him off. And
the Islanders did that. Lou Lamoriello's head would be cut off in the process.
And then as for Cal, that was a huge like albatross. It was $5 million you had to pay him for a not great goalie.
He sucked. He sucked.
If you let up 9 goals, you don't deserve to be in an NHL position.
He might be Carter Hart's backup. They might trade him. I heard that.
We'll see. But it's a big cap dump. So you get rid of all the cap, so you don't have to worry about, being able to be against the cap, not making any moves. So they re-sign, and so we'll move on to the next part. So, there we go.
Any day. There it is.
So Vladislav Gavrikov, who was in the trade to get Korpisalo, was extended by the Kings for 2 years for I think it's a 2 by
5.875. Yeah. I don't like that money. I don't like it. I would like something cheaper, like a nice.
No, I don't think that's the right amount. I think they added like the whole amount he's gonna get. I'm pretty sure, but if it is 5.8, it's okay because
No,
you
that
got
should
rid
be
of
cheap.
Peterson.
No, that's gotta be cheaper. That's gotta be cheaper.
Yeah, I
Is
don't
that
think
what is
it's
he on the third or the second pair?
second pairing.
Okay, who does he play? He plays with.
Jersey. He plays with Jersey.
Okay, so Jersey made him what he was. So, so I don't think he's worth that money. First of all, because
It's a
Adam.
good future move, and he'll be able to like help Jersey along because Jersey's still relatively young, and Gavrikov is a good piece to settle. I know the stats don't really say it, but it's 72 games played, 6 goals, 13 assists, 19 points with plus minus 4. But even though the stats don't really say it, he's a good piece. He's able to, it was almost like a leadership role almost because he's a good veteran and you want that leadership with a bunch of young guys coming in. Like if you have Velarde, Jersey, Mikey Anderson, young bucks like that with a veteran presence to help along with
You're forgetting
Kopitar and Dowdy.
you're forgetting one of the prime young players there who should get more playing time. Quentin Byfield. Is that man
But yeah,
playing?
Byfield will get more time
I have
too.
his jersey in my closet. He needs more playing time.
But he's a commanding presence. So how about Jersey? And then so the pairings will be first pair will be Dowdy and Mikey Anderson. Second pair will be him and Jersey. And third pair, I think will be
Who
Matt
knows?
Roy and Brant Clark or Tobias Bjornfoot or whoever comes up. One of those guys will mesh in and together they'll be able to
Lead the
hopefully
Kings to another first round exit next year.
absolutely. But hopefully it'll round it out more. And that way it'll allow, the forwards who look how explosive the Kings were like on offense when they were able to get rolling.
And then look
Like,
how they were up through with a 3-0 in a playoff game to make
yes, it
it
was.
a
Yes, it
series lead.
was.
And then the Oilers just absolutely schooled.
Like how you were able to not score
Uh,
goals in the playoffs.
hey, at least we made it competitive. We played 2 overtime games.
We
2.
played 3 over.
You were up 3-0. You had it. You blew it.
We did blow it.
You were up 2-1 in the series. We played a better team.
Leon
Next,
Draisaitl is the equivalent to like
he went off. He was him. But the Islanders played a better sounded defensive team, and they're a better team all around. That's why they went to the conference finals and the Edmonton Oilers didn't.
how many cups do
Next,
you have in the last 10 years?
how many cups do you have in general? 4, 2. Next slide.
How many World Series?
We're not getting into that. You know how many we have.
Okay, this is probably the second biggest move of like this whole little mini area before technically the new season starts. So
Okay.
Oliver Ekman Larson got bought out by the Canucks and is a rough move all around. He wasn't great in Vancouver.
It was
And
great leadership. Like I can see like the Coyotes. He wasn't on the Coyotes. He was on the Coyotes.
he was
I could see the Coyotes bringing him to Quebec and
Kansas City.
wherever they are. Watch that video if you haven't yet. Check that one out.
But in 54 games played, kind of injured, 2 goals and 20 assists and 22 points. Plus minus of that's wrong. It should be negative 24.
Wasn't it? No, there's no way that was
It
wrong.
was negative 24.
Oh, did I not believe that when I saw it and I wrote it down? Like, let's see. Did you write this one out or did I? I think
I did. I messed up here.
I was like, I don't remember doing this one. Yeah, it was negative 24.
There you
Yeah,
go.
go by Zach's computer handwriting. It's negative 24.
But
Oh, you can go like this. Ready? Oh, erase it. Erase it. I know what to do. Or is that gonna wait?
yeah. All right.
Oh,
We are so unprofessional. We are doing this on a Google slide.
okay.
Attaboy.
Yeah, it's kind of there. You can kind
You
of
can kind of see it, but
it's negative 24.
I mean, that's terrible.
But
I know
no,
it's the Canucks, but even for them, that's horrible.
are we
And
not gonna mention how I said the Canucks are gonna go to the conference finals?
that was we hold on. Whatever we say was backwards.
That Vegas was what is
No,
gonna
no, no. Even in the postseason, we were like Kings, Islanders, Stanley Cup. They both got kicked in the first round.
and then Vegas we were like, nah.
Vegas ain't making nothing when the finals.
Cooper's gonna go.
Vancouver's going to the fight. They suck.
Let's see what else. The Jets are gonna go to the conference finals too. First round bounced. Not even in fault. Not even
Okay,
in
but for the buyout purposes, so it's $2.3 million next year, and then almost $5 million twice, and then $2.3 million again. So in total, that's 14, $16.3 million they still have to pay him, which is not great. That takes away from cap. But like since they lost Bo Horvat,
You know where? You know where?
but since they did that, they no longer have to like re-sign him, any of that saga. So they are able to like afford that. But when you think about guys they have to re-sign, like Elias Pettersson and Beauvillier, and then you still have to pay JT Miller his ungodly contract.
You know that's going on.
That he's gonna get bought out. But it hurts, but it's also necessary. You know?
Yeah. Because he just sucks. to be honest, he sucks. Oh, he was good in Arizona, but once he got to Vancouver, just went. He started to get the taste of being old.
I have one of his sticks though, so
that's it. That's cool.
and I think he has his own skates too, so he's doing fine. You know,
his money will come.
His money will come to him. And I'm sure like a team that does need a defenseman will go out and get him.
Let me think. I'm trying to think of a team. The Islanders? Comes to mind.
You'd be pissed off if he went to the Islanders.
Who wouldn't be? I'm mad right now, and I'm there, and I'm a fan. See here.
Realistically, maybe to help out Chicago as like a bridge deal to maybe give
Bedard. He would not want to go to Chicago. Boston, done. Dimitri Orlov's staying. We'll get to that. We'll get to that scene.
We'll see what happens. That'll be summer update too. You know, but I think in order to keep them away from just trying to fail, I mean, it's bad contracts. They've dished out just terrible contracts. But if they can keep the blows low, once they're able to get rid of some of these contracts, they can finally start to like truly rebuild,
Yep.
Because right now they're in like the phase where they're like mediocre, where they think they can contend, but they can't.
They're in that point with their core. Their core is good. They have a good young core. Beauvillier, Pedersen, Miller. It's a Brock Besser, who we're forgetting about. It's a good young core. It's a good young group.
No, they have to pay Brock Besser though.
He can come to Long Island after. But it's a good group of guys. And I believe, and I'm saying this, if Brock Besser resigns, they will squeak into that last wildcard spot. I am back on the train, ladies and gentlemen. The Canucks are back.
Yeah, the season ended a week ago, and he's back on the Canucks train.
We're not going to the conference finals, though.
All right. So moving on from him, I think we'll just go real quickly to this is the bigger of the two re-signings that have came out since the cup ended. I'm sure there's more on the way, but right now there's nothing else really out for hockey besides Hall of Famers, which we will get to. But
That sounds like a video that will be on Friday.
it'll be a video. So Zemgus Girgensons.
1 year, $2.5 million. Not worth the bargain for the buck. The buck for the bargain. Same thing.
Again, it's probably how old is he?
Old as he's been in the league for a while, I feel like.
Yeah.
Let's check.
But 80 games played, so he's able to play a lot of games. He's available. The points aren't really like showing it, and it's not great, especially for forwards. I mean, if you're seeing forwards, if you're paying a guy $2.5 million, you probably want what 15 goals, 25 assists, or something like that.
I feel like he's been in the league forever. He's only 29. I remember him in NHL 13, not gonna lie. He was in NHL 13, but I was like that. So, you know what I find funny? In 21-22, he dropped the same amount of points in less games. He dropped the same.
Which is why you give him a 1 by like 1.5 and prove for him to prove it.
That's what he had. That is what his last contract was. But the 2.5 is not worth the bargain.
So I guess it's for like bottom 6 depth.
He's also their assistant captain.
Again, veteran leadership, bottom 6 depth. But like when you have to re-sign Rasmus Dahlin and Owen Powers, I feel like this is enough where you're able to give the other two guys, decent money while still maintaining leadership, because that core is young and that core is exciting. You just gotta, have a veteran or something like that to be like a calming presence almost.
Yeah, you're forgetting about Tage Thompson there. They gotta extend. No, they already did, right? They already extended him, right?
Yeah, and Alex Tuck too. But
that core barely missed the playoffs last year if it wasn't for Pittsburgh.
I think they're probably about to like get a goalie. And if Hellebuck doesn't go to like the Kings, which we will talk about if he might,
I think he's gonna go to New Jersey.
Because Craig Anderson retired, and they do have a young goalie who's like looking pretty good in the system. Be ready, Sabres fans. Josh Allen might not be your only savior.
What's his name? What's that goalie's name? Like something. He's good though. He's good.
I forgot his name, but he also let up 10 goals to the Flyers.
Yeah,
not the Flyers, the Stars.
But the Stars made it to the conference finals.
There you go.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh yes, they did. They got bounced. All right.
And then the last re-signing of this mini, series.
Sean Monahan, former Calgary Flame. He misses Johnny Gaudreau very much.
So 1 year for basically $2 million.
But that's a nice bargain for the buck, because that's how you know. That's a nice bargain for the buck, because he was injured last year. And
he's injured for most of this year too. I mean, 25 games played, that's not what you see. But
that's last year now. That's last year. Consider this last year.
That was his last year's stats or this year's stats?
This is this year's stats. So
that's 25 games played, so he's been injured, which is not great, but he is young, and
he's a couple years off. He's scoring 82 points in a season, in 80 games. But yeah, points
if you do the math,
it's not great. Not great money wise for Sean. He needs like a nice showing this year, and then
he will need a nice showing. But if he did play a full season, just about, he would have gotten about 50 points. So
not bad. He would have got it at like a 3, 2, 3.
He probably would have gotten a 2 by probably 2.5. if he had played. But I think the injuries are, the concerning factor. So again, this is another prove it contract for him
And
to show out, to be healthy and be himself.
do you
And
know why
so
I like this contract? Because if the Canadians are absolutely blowing it by the trade deadline, they could send him away.
they can't dish him off.
Cheap, affordable contract for a team that's trying to make a nice playoff push. I could see the Minnesota Wild making a splash on that in February of next year.
He would provide good depth, and it's just if he can stay healthy, he would provide, the available
He's a nice centerpiece for a team that's looking for a center. If
a
after this,
centerpiece. I wouldn't call him a centerpiece. I call him a center.
he's a nice third line center.
Yes,
Give,
he's a
right
good
there.
depth piece.
I was trying to say that, and I kept saying centerpiece. There we go. He's a
There
nice
you
third
go.
line center that could be better than he is.
Yes. So just quick
A lot. That was a lot to
recap.
handle.
So the Provorov trade sending
A
Hayden
lot.
Hodgson, Kevin Continuation. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. And 30% of Provorov's salary to the Kings, Provorov to the Blue Jackets, and then Peterson, Walker, Grands, a 23 first from LA, a 24 or 5 second from Columbus, and 24 from LA second for the Provorov trade. Gavrikov getting a 2 by 5.8. OEL getting bought out. Jurgensen's getting a 1 by 2.5, and finally Monahan getting a 1 by 2 million. Just about.
He rounded up. you
I rounded up for him,
gotta round up.
Give him the extra 15K.
He doesn't need it. He has money. He misses Johnny Gaudreau so much right now. He's like, he misses him.
Yeah. Well, that'll do it from us. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Another quick summer update, or first of many summer updates, because none of these would make a full video, and my computer does not have that. My computer can't handle 5 2-minute videos rather than just one decently long one. But there you go.
The only one that would get not in this package, but the only one that would get a really long video is if John Tavares got traded. There it is.
There you go.
At least
So
one.
birds, those are rare.
Yeah, something really that's out of the blue. Kind of hell about getting traded, something like that.
When free agency starts, we'll see good trades and good signings. And we will stream that, but for now, we'll release that stuff when we do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And
as always, Shohei in the Mets.
Shohei to the Dodgers. What are you talking about?
Mets are so bad. So bad.